Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends, my beautiful balanced creatives. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. We've got a few decks that we're going to use here. We're going to use an oracle deck. It's called the Sacred Destiny. We've got the Kipper here. We've got the Lenormand. We're going to look into both of those, or sorry, all three of those. And then we're going to throw some tarot at it and find out what's coming up for you in the week ahead, which is incidentally is tomorrow, right? This is the week ahead. So even if you're not coming in on this reading today, which is Sunday as I throw these cards, this will be for the future whenever you find it, today, tomorrow, or next year. Tell me what is coming up for Libra. Tell me what's coming up for Libra. We've got patience. We've got change. Interesting. And we have purification. So Libra, I feel like you're on the precipice of some sort of really big change. I feel like you've been living in Groundhog Day. Work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. Like that's what it feels like here. But something is about to change, and in this change you will be purified. It feels like it's almost like a rebirth, or you're leaving something behind and entering through into a new timeline, I want to say. Something is about to change, and something's about to show up that you've been really patient about. There is change afoot here. It is abundant change. We do have simplicity on the under the abundance card, and then we have wisdom. Simplicity to me is telling me don't make it complicated. Don't complicate it. Just, the change is coming. I feel you've been patient for it. This is something that's brand new for you. You are going to be going forward into, I want to say, the sun is on your face. This sunflower is open, right? Bright, facing the sun. Sunflowers always face the sun. Even though the rain is falling here, it gives me an aura of that you are going to be cleansed, I want to say. The reason things are changing is because you are going through some type of purification. The universe has got you in some type of purification. Something is about to begin brand new here. We've got a pathway, and the pathway is a spiritual pathway. And it's card number 35, which is an 8. So it feels like it is about you. I want to say that there is a light at the end of this path, and I feel that's where you are leaving this place to go to the next place. Like, it feels like you've been patient, but I feel like this is the change. This is the purification. Once you pass through that light, it's like things will change and you will be purified here. We have the main female. Card number 2 is the High Priestess in the tarot, so it feels like whoever you are, it says main female, but whether you are feminine or masculine, I feel like you are somebody who is highly intuitive. So it feels like a spiritual awakening or a spiritual purification that you're going through here. We do have the main male, and we do have a false person. So I feel like you are shedding the false person. Whether you are the feminine or the masculine, you are accounted for here. This could be a couple, take it as it resonates, but it feels like here that the main female is sensing that there is a false person in their life, and or that there was, take it as it resonates. It feels like this is a pathway of spiritual enlightenment. There are a lot of butterflies here. And so I feel like the main female and the main male are both on some sort of a spiritual path. But it feels like you don't know it. Like you don't know that they're on it. They don't know that you're on it. There is a false person here. And I feel like the reason these two haven't spoken is because they're unsure of what's going on in the other one's life, if that makes any sense at all. It says poverty. Why do we have poverty? Great fortune. Well, those are kind of opposites, aren't they? Oh, these two people could be of different economic status. Definitely. It feels like the main female might be the one who is coming through the portal. Maybe the main male is already there. This person is card number 1, right? They do have, they're also quite spiritual, or they have a spiritual awareness or a higher self. He's got lights around his head, which tells me that this person is quite aware. So possibly this person has already come through the pathway, and maybe the feminine is following. We might have two people of different economic status that are about to meet in the middle, I want to say. That's what it feels like. But I feel like there's been no communication because we're not sure if we can trust each other. The false person. It could be one of these persons is a false person, or you could have been leaving a false person. Maybe the main male is with a false person. Let's see what's coming up in Lenormand. We've got a letter. Interesting. We've got luck. That is the clover. We've got, again, card number 2. So you might be seeing 2s possibly. We do have card number 27, which is a 9. And then we have card 36, which is a 9. So we're at the ends of cycles here. If you've been in a hard cycle here, I want to say, if you've been in a hard cycle here, Libra, I feel like the cross is about hardship, right? It's about sadness. It's about getting victory after a hard time. So it feels like you've been through some sort of hardship here. We do have the 6 of clubs on the bottom right-hand corner, and that is the 6 of wands. So the cross can be sadness, loss, hardship, and then I feel like you're going to get the victory after that. It feels like we're at the ends of cycles, and I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's journaling or writing things down possibly. But you could also be receiving some sort of a note or a letter from somebody. One of these people could be communicating with the other one through written word, whether that is email or old school paper to pen. Pen to paper, sorry. But we do have this clover here. We have a 4-leaf clover, right? And the 2 is about stability and balance. So I feel like you're about to enter a lucky period, and although I don't believe in luck, I feel like luck simulates like happiness and things being balanced and feeling balanced in all of that. We've got the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom right hand corner, and that tells me that maybe your finances might be coming into balance here. On the bottom right hand corner of this card, we have the 7 of Spades, which is a 7 of Swords. It almost feels like there's a secret that's being written down here, that there is something that you don't know that will come to light here. Bottom of the deck, we have card number 6, and it's sort of an indication of things going really good and really bad, and really good and really bad. I feel like for a while now that you've been in this energy of the storm, right? That you've been in the storm, but I feel like the 6 of Wands on the bottom right-hand corner here indicates that the sunshine is about to break through the clouds here. We do have the King of Clubs, who is the King of Wands. You could be dealing with, or maybe you have a placement that is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Take it as it resonates for you. Let's find out what all this is about here. There's a lot of stuff going on here, Libra. What's going down? Tell me about Libra, please, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra, please. I really do feel like there are 2 people, a feminine and a masculine, who are on the same path but parallel. I feel like you guys can't see each other. You're not dealing with each other. I feel like the same thing is going on in their life is going on in your life. We could have an Aries and a Pisces here. Could be number 1 I'm looking at, and then number 2. Could be a Taurus, right? Number 2 in the zodiac is Taurus, but 2, to me, the High Priestess is also Piscean, so it could be that. So we do have the 7 of Cups. We have the Judgment card. We have the Queen of Wands. Interesting, because the King of Wands is showing up in the bottom right-hand corner there. So we do have a connection here of 2 people who kind of think the same. We do have the Page of Wands. We have the Moon card. One more. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel that somebody here has been dreaming. I feel like you've been dreaming that somebody is either going to drop off a note or is writing you a letter, or maybe you've been, it feels like you've been maybe daydreaming, or maybe you have been dreaming. It feels like this letter here, which I do believe is holding some sort of a secret, we'll clarify it a little bit, I feel is something that you've been dreaming about. Like it's like you've been dreaming about getting on a new path or doing something new, getting on a new exciting path here. A place where there is play, happiness, excitement. The Page of Wands here. This also does indicate that there is a messenger here. So somebody might be bringing you a note from somebody else that you've been dreaming about. And it doesn't have to be any particular person. Like it could be, you know, a family member, a friend. It could be somebody that you know randomly. Like it feels like you've been dreaming about this though, possibly. We do have the Judgment card, and it is under this card of Clover. The Judgment card is about the universe trying to shake you awake, saying, look, it's time for you to make a decision that is going to be balanced for you. It's time for you to make a decision. It's time to move forward here. We do have somebody holding the scales here, and there's a person in between that is kind of balancing the heart with the feather. And if you know the significance of that, right? It's like your heart must be as light as a feather for you to be able to enter the kingdom, essentially. And so we do have the moon energy. I feel like there's a big decision for you coming up here that you don't see that you have to make yet. I feel like it might be financially related. It might be a financial decision because of the Six of Pentacles. I feel like it's going to work out the way that it should, because I think that you will make this decision intuitively, Libra. And 2 is about balance, right? And that's what you're into, right? And sometimes it can be that you will do it to the exclusion of everything. You might even ignore the chaos around the outside in order just to keep balance. I don't think that that's what's happening here, but I feel like that there is something here that you've left on the back burner that you don't see coming here. Something isn't as it seems, and you're going to have to make some sort of a judgment or a decision about some sort of financial thing, and I think you knew that it was already arriving. So I feel like you are going to have some victory after some sort of sadness or hardship or defeat. It feels like with this card number 9 that maybe you've been by yourself. Maybe you have sequestered yourself away from other people. Card number 9 is the Hermit in the Tarot. And it feels like to me that in that time frame that you have really grown. I want to say whatever you learned while you were in Hermit energy, whatever wisdom came to you, I feel like it grew you into the Queen of Wands here. So the Queen of Wands, of course, you could have a fire placement. You don't have to. Queen of Wands is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. But I feel like it helped you grow. I want to say whatever sadness it was, and everything we do in this life has a lesson. All the way from people that we lose from this life, all the way to the happiest things, all of those things come with lessons. And I want to say that the cross here sort of is an indication of a bit of suffering. And the only way that you can stop the suffering is by learning the lesson. And it feels like here that you have learned a lesson. And the lesson is, I got to get up and do it myself. I feel like you're a person who's grown from poverty to abundance. That's what it feels like. You've had really hard days, which I feel were the days of poverty, I want to say. But you've also had really abundant days, which is the days of the sunshine that are here. So it does feel like there is, I want to say that card 37 is a 10, right? So that's 10. It breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning of something. All right, what else do we need to know here? Tell me more about Libra, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra, if you're interested in a private reading, friend, please look below this video. I've pinned a comment to the top of all the comments there. There is a link that will take you to Wizio where you'll see all of my pricing and availability. All right, so we've got the King of Pentacles here. The person that you have been dreaming about or daydreaming about, it feels like this person is somebody who could be in Earth energy or showing up as Earth energy. We have the King of Pentacles. This is somebody here who is who's quite well off, but they're also very stable and sturdy. They are somebody who likes to move slow at an accomplishment here. I feel like you already know this person. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the Sun, and we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. I want to say that somebody has grown. Yeah, definitely somebody has grown. There has been or will be some sort of an eye-opening realization or experience. We have a lot of sunflowers here. Sunflowers always face the sun usually. So I want to say that you're under the sun and it's time for growth. We are in Leo season, right? Which is definitely the sun. We've got Leo energy here. So I feel like the sun, it feels like is powering you up, I want to say. So whatever part of the world that you're in, that you're probably a sun worshiper, that the sun gives you energy. So if you're in a part of the world that's experiencing winter right now, then maybe it might be a little bit tough for you. But it feels like somebody who depends on the sun for clarity. We do have the Five of Cups in the reverse, which tells me that somebody here is feeling like that they must look at their regrets so they can get rid of them. I feel like somebody's like, no regrets. I can't have regrets anymore. I have to see things for what they really are. The Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you're a really hard worker and that you've worked really hard to get into this Queen of Wands energy here. The Queen of Wands is someone who is free, does their own thing, right? They don't really care what anyone else around them, if they think they're a weirdo or whatever they're doing, they don't care. They just keep moving, right? The Queen of Wands is somebody who is forged through fire and is not scared for people to see them fall down and get back up again. I feel like you are going to get some communication from this King of Pentacles. This letter here tells me that possibly you might be getting communication from somebody. They could be an earth sign. They don't have to be, of course, but we do see with the Page of Wands here that there is communication coming that you don't see. Because I feel like you're working really hard on yourself. You're having realizations. You're healing the self, I want to say. You're coming out of sadness and going into victory. So I feel like you're really busy sort of digging yourself out of this. This doesn't have to mean that you're poor. It can mean that you have an impoverished way of thinking, which is negativity, scarcity. I can't do it. It's not mine. Why is it? How come it's not me? How come I can't get out of the place in life where I feel like I'm stuck? It could be that energy as well. Tell me about this Ace of Swords, please. It feels like you're going to have some sort of a breakthrough or realization when somebody communicates with you. And I think it has something to do with that letter. And I feel like things are not as they seem. I feel like you're very focused on you, and this Queen is looking into the future. The Queen is very focused on their future and growth, future growth here. We do have the Hanged Man. And so it does feel like it's after feeling like you were work, eat, sleep for so long. It feels like now you finally are going to get the answer you've been asking for. We've got the light around his head. We've got the sun here. It feels like you are going to be enlightened. So if you are the person who's feeling stuck in your circumstances, stuck in a way of thinking that's negative, if you've been feeling stuck, I feel like in the week ahead, you're feeling less stuck. Tell me about this letter here, because I feel like we've got 2 and 2, which is High Priestess energy. So I feel like I'm speaking to someone who does have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer energy, or some sort of psychic energy. It feels like. Who's this letter from, and what is it about? What can you tell us about the letter for Libra? We do have the Hierophant. It could be from a Taurus, right? We did say Taurus was here. It could be from a Taurus. We do have the Star. And we have the Ace of Cups. I do believe that somebody you're going to be receiving some sort of communication. So whether it's electronic, because that's a Page of Wands for me, or whether it's by letter, pen to paper, I feel like you are going to receive some sort of a message. Somebody wants some clarity. Somebody wants to make a decision to open some communication with you. It feels like this is something that you have been hoping for or wishing for. I want to say your intuition is on high, and you will have some sort of a breakthrough, and this is going to allow you to drop some heavy burdens that you've been sad about here. It feels like that there's been some sadness following you around. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles tells me that this, whatever it is, whoever's communicating with you here, they could be a Leo, they could be a Pisces. We've got Virgo here as well. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. It could be really anybody. That there's somebody here who is going to communicate with you, and I feel like it's going to be enough to pull you out of this Hanged Man energy. It's going to give you balance here. We've got the Hermit energy. Yeah, somebody that has been quiet with you. You're going to get justice and some sort of a broken heart. If this person is somebody who has hurt you in the past, whether they're your father, your brother, your mother, your boss, whoever it is, I feel like you are going to get a formal apology or something written, yeah, by hand or in mail here. Who's the false person? it feels like there's two people who are on this healing path here, and it feels like somebody has realized that they've hurt another, and they want to make restitution here. Tell me, who is the false person, and why do we need to know about that? We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Six of Cups. So the false person is somebody that you've known for a really long time, someone who, I want to say, I feel like you're ready to stand up to them, and it does feel like it is somebody in your family, I'm just going to say. So it could possibly be that some of you are getting a message from someone in the family that you have not been speaking with. You're about to get your justice in some sort of a heartbreaking situation. Somebody is seeing it from another perspective here, and it's taken them a really long time to come up with some sort of apology. So it may be coming by letter, it may be coming by text or email. But we do have the Sun and the High Priestess, sorry, not the High Priestess, but the Hierophant. It tells me somebody's having some sort of a spiritual awakening. Somebody has woken up, and that's why they are writing this letter. I feel like somebody is going to release their feelings or let you know how they feel about you. Somebody here walked away. We have Seven Cups, and the Eight of Cups is the disconnection of this person from you. It feels like you will be getting some sort of a message. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be about love. I don't necessarily think it is, to be honest with you. I feel like this is somebody who is a friend, or somebody who you have worked with, somebody who is in your family. It does feel like there could be some sort of energy between these two. What's the energy between these two? The energy between these two is work. It could be someone that you worked with in the past, possibly, Libra. But it feels like there is going to be some sort of communication here, and it's all in a moment's notice. I'm going to say Temperance is here. Healing and balance and making things right. Somebody wants to make something right. This is somebody who's really worked on themselves. If it is not a workmate, somebody who's really worked on themselves. So whether it's the feminine or the masculine, somebody here is writing a letter to the other to explain what's been going on. They want to explain themselves. I feel like they're feeling lucky. This is the decision somebody's making here. The decision that we're making here, yeah. The Five of Swords is here, the Four of Swords. We want to go from arguments, fights, maybe disagreements, to healing. I feel like that the reason that you aren't speaking with this person is because either you offered them a cup, the Ace of Cups, or they offered it to you and somebody rejected it. So I feel like somebody's had an awakening or clarity of the mind with the Star and the Hierophant here. The higher self is like glaring now, and they can't ignore it. And I think that's why the letter is coming. It might be an apology. We do have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. Somebody has realized their worth and realized that it's always been up to them, that they have the tools in order to be able to move forward and stop this Five of Pentacles. I feel like somebody, yeah, there's been an ending here, and it feels like somebody wants to make things right with the Queen of Cups here, because the Queen of Cups is the one who's compassionate and kind, who wants to help others, love, honesty, transparency. Someone might even be telling you that they have some feelings for you. It could be that as well, but somebody here has realized that they can take control as the Magician, and that they had always had themselves on the outside looking in, that things never really needed to get as terrible as they were or come to an end. I feel like you're going to get some type of communication here. I'm going to leave it there, Libra. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.